Check this out. So this person did a search for climate change, which is something that should have quite a bit written about it, since it's a topic that affects, one way or the other, no matter what side of that issue you're on, that's affecting everybody, right? But I want you to see this for yourself. So let's type in climate change to Google. Check this out. Okay. This says there are 868 million results that come up in 0.65 seconds. Wow, that's a lot of results. That's so many results. I will never be able to read all of those results, right? But let's look at this for just a second. First of all, this is the top part of the page that comes up. And if you really take a look at what you're looking at here, almost everything you're looking at comes from one source, the UN. So you have the effects of climate change from the United Nations. Down here you have the causes, also from the United Nations. The definition, also from the United Nations. Actions from UN Act Now. IPCC, World Meteorological Organization, that's also the UN. You have United Nations Environmental Program. In fact, the only thing right here that I'm immediately seeing that is not the UN is Environmental Defense Fund. Everything else that they are showing you right here, it looks like all these links, all these things you can click on. It's so many things. No, this is basically one source, what you're looking at. So it's not thousands of results or hundreds of results or even a dozen here. It's basically one thing, one source. Okay, but so let's scroll down. So then you got top stories, and that's all official mainstream sources. CNBC, Times, CNN, Washington Post, CNBC again, Scientific American, Wall Street Journal. So that's all official news, right? The officially sanctioned stuff. Then you've got NASA, which is the government, the IPCC, which is the Environmental Panel on Climate Change, which is the United Nations. You also have another United Nations thing. You have Wikipedia. Then you have some organizations. You have some more government stuff. The World Health Organization, which again is the United Nations, the NRDC organization, the World Bank. Those are the top sources. So that's what you get, right? But it says up here, right, that we have 868 million results. That's a lot. So that's not going to just be these people, right? So let's find out. Let's go all the way to the end. Let's go all the way to the end of these 868 million results that we have up here. And something starts to happen. Because now I'm on page 19, and there's only 181 results. So what happened there? Because a minute ago, it said all this other stuff. You go down here to the bottom, there's only 19 pages. It says, in order to show you the most relevant results, we omitted some entries that are very similar to the 181 that have already been displayed. If you like, you can repeat the search with the omitted results. Well, I want to do that because I want to get to some other sources. I don't want just these first ones that have been offered to me. I want to see, Bob's blog about the climate change. I want to see what he has to say about it. Some random guy. So let's repeat it again and try to find some other options. So now we have 1 billion results now. See this up here? It says there's 1 billion results. 1,060,000,000 results. That's so many. Still in less than a second. So let's scroll down here and do the same thing over again. And I'll probably fast forward this in the edit. Let's get all the way to the end of these many, many, many results. Sorry, I got like the elevator music in my head. All right. 43. Okay, so that's the last page. And there's no more, you can't go over any more than that, see? 43, that's it. I mean, there's a see more here, but that's for related searches, so that's not this. This stops at 43. So we're on the 43rd page, and now we have 422 results. What happened to the 1 billion results they claimed they had about this topic? Where did those millions of pages go? Between the first page and this page, where now there's only 422 results and I just scrolled through them all, and that's it. And if you look here, what are you looking at on this very last page? We got ucsd.edu, Financial Times, another EDU website. I mean, let's just click on a random page, page 34. What do we have? We have duke.edu, Nat Law Review, the California government, Bloomberg.com, Boston.gov, Reuters. Do you see this? Where's Bob's blog? Where's anybody's blog? Where's anything that's not one of these official, like EPA.gov and IPCC and Nature.com and the Wall Street Journal? What happened to the internet? Where's the rest of it? Where's the billions of results that supposedly exist that has everything as far as the eye can see, right? Where did it go? Where is it? And by the way, let's do this on Bing too, because this isn't just Google. So we're going over to Bing now, climate change, click. Okay, a little bit different. So we've got 18 million and some odd results. NASA is your first thing here, and Wikipedia over here. And then you have the NIH.gov, you got the UN down here, and another NASA website down here. And we've got 5 more pages. So let's do the same thing. Let's go as far as we can. I clicked on 5. Let's go as far as we can on, oh, see? I clicked on 5. What happened? 5. Nope. It won't even go to 5. 5 is not even a real number. It just keeps taking me back to 4. None of these numbers down here are even real links to anything. They don't go anywhere. This over button just takes you right back to page 4. So 5, 6, and 7, those aren't even real pages that go anywhere, clearly, as you can see. It just keeps taking you back to page 4. And what's on page 4? NASA, the United Nations, the NIH again. It's all the same thing. National Geographic, USGS, townhall.com, nrdc.org, and Britannica. That's it. What else do we have? Nothing. We don't have anybody else. We just have NASA, Town Hall. In fact, these are all the same things. If I go back to page 2, it's like I'm stuck on page 4. It won't even let me go back. It still says there's 18 million results, but where are the 18 million results? There aren't any. Now I'm trapped on page 4 like it's some kind of weird time rift I've stepped into. I can't even get back to page 1. It's not even letting me go. Look, if I click on page 1, oh, here we go. It did let me go back to page 1. All right, cool. But before it wouldn't let me. Now I'm on page 2, and as you can see, it just skips to page 4. Like, what's even happening with these search results? They don't even make any sense. Like, this makes no logical sense. Everybody knows how to count. You learn how to do that when you're not even in kindergarten. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it works. Like, what's even happening here? Do you see what I'm saying? There's actually only 2 real pages of results. There's this page that shows you, like, these 4 or 5 things here. And then when you go over to 2, this is that same page that happens with 4. See, look, 2 is 4, and none of these other pages exist. That is what is happening. That's the search results for climate change on Bing. That's it. So it's not a billion search results, or even a million search results, or even 100 search results on this page. You see? It's 48 search results, and there's basically like a digital wall here, and I can't get out of it or past it. So that's it. That's all there is.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
So I was showing this to Aaron. He goes, okay. Maybe it's because you're typing something in that's had a lot of controversy surrounding it. Type something that, is just kind of benign. And he just randomly said, like do a search on Super Bowl. All right, do a search on Super Bowl. So, Super Bowl, it claims, has 1,360,000,000 search results. Holy cow, that is a lot, right? In 0.69 seconds. That's so many results. And so you have the NFL.com, makes sense that they would be first, right? You have a Wikipedia thing here. ESPN is next after that. You've got some NFL videos here. Then you have CBS Sports, NBC Sports, ProFootballReference.com, the New York Times, and ET Online. And so let's do the same thing. Let's go down to the bottom of the screen and we'll just click over as far as we can go. As far as we can go is 15 now. And when you scroll back up, it says 142 results. That's way less than 1.36 billion, isn't it? When you get down here, it says, if you like, you can repeat the search with the omitted results. Well, let's do that. I want to see how many there really are. So when you do that, you still have over 1 billion results up here, it says. But once again, let's scroll down here as far as we can go. And once again, when you reach that magical number 43, see, there's no more you can do. There's related searches, but there's no more on this search. You cannot go any farther than that. And when you get back up here, you have 429 results. That's it. So the 1 billion results that you supposedly had, you will not find those 1 billion results. You are gated. You are digitally being gatekept from them. It's not something you can reach on here. And you can, by the way, try this with any search for anything. I have tried it now with several other things, just random, like a random movie star's name and other stuff. Like, try it with anything. Do this with anything. You can replicate this experiment all day. It is the same so far. I have not found anything that just goes on and on endlessly. It is now capped at between 150 and 500 results for everything that I have tried. And same goes for Bing. And these are your main search engines that everyone's using. So even if you're personally using some other search engine, the whole rest of the world, the majority of people in that world are basically being given this tiny handful of curated information. That's what's going on now. That's where the level that we are at. And you will notice as you're digging through here that what's being served up to you is all the official sources. Officially sanctioned, officially approved government institutions and organizations and colleges and universities and approved official mainstream media sources. But here's my question for you. What if I really do just want to know what Bob from Oklahoma thinks about the Super Bowl? What if I just want to see his Super Bowl blog that he made on some random web page that he created? What if I don't care if Bob doesn't work for ESPN or a specific university or a specific mainstream media outlet? What if I don't care if Bob doesn't have, degrees behind his name or 15 letters on his business card or the official sanction of an official institution from the official system? What if I really just want to have online what used to be known offline in the real world as a conversation with an actual person who's not representing the face of some corporation or some official entity? In reality, when you're going down the street or you're at the grocery store and you run into a person or you're talking to somebody at the library or whatever, you don't vet them first. You don't say, well, I want to know before we have this conversation and you tell me what your thoughts and feelings and opinions on this matter are, can you please give me all of your official titles from the official organizations that have officially sanctioned you to officially talk about this topic? Like, you don't do that. You don't do that in real life. People in reality don't vet conversations they have with other human beings as if you can only have them with people who are system approved about specific certain things. Like, that's ridiculous. If that's the way the real world worked, many of us would be completely alone, having never communicated with another human being ever. Okay? And if you look up more controversial topics having to do with things that and we all know what's recently been censored pretty hard. If you look up those things, they're completely sanitized altogether from search results now. A couple years ago, before the Rona happened, there was maybe 1 or 2 websites that you could find that were actual organizations that have their sources also cited. But now, you would have to know the name of that thing to specifically find it. You would have to know the name of it. So you're not going to happen upon it by accident or by chance or have the option put before you so that you can make your own decision about that topic. It's just been wiped completely clean of those quote unquote impure thoughts. Proof that they don't want you to escape the matrix. So you can't accidentally find things anymore. You have to know exactly what you're looking up. And maybe they'll deliver it to you. Maybe. It depends. First, you might have to wade through page after page after page of counter narrative to get to the narrative that you're actually trying to research or look into or find out about. You get one answer. Remember when Eric Schmidt said there was going to be one answer? That's how this is supposed to work, one answer?
What my question is leading to is help us understand where's the future of search going.
Well, when you use Google, do you get more than one answer? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's a bug.
Yeah.
Because we should be able to give you the right answer just once. We should know what you meant, and we should never be wrong.
So who owns, in 2022, in the 21st century, who owns the narrative? Who owns the perception of reality? Who owns the perspective?